Hello, you fair YouTubians. I am Vince White, and I am an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney, but not today. No, today I have a bit of an announcement. It's kind of exciting. Listen, it's preliminary. I'm just excited about it, and I'm pumping out a bunch of videos, and I asked everybody involved in the discussions, and they all said, yeah, Vince, if you want to talk about this, it's not a done deal yet, but if you want to talk about this, you can. And I do want to talk about it because, one, I'm really excited about it, and I want to tell you about it. But two, as you're seeing this video, I'm probably in Portugal. And I'm probably having like a mediocre time, if I'm being honest. I'm going for a wedding. But that being said, let's get to the exciting news. A really, really talented employment law firm, like a tremendous pedigree. 14 years, like pedigree, record of success, maximizing the value on cases. Reached out to our firm, and listen, I think the fact of the matter is that New York is under a lot of economic stress right now. A lot of people left New York to go work remotely in other areas of the country with a lower cost of living, and that has taken many employment law cases out of New York City and New York State, right? The tax burden of New York City and New York State is rather extravagant. I think it's it's second only to the tax burden in California, as far as I'm aware, in the U.S. Now, when all those cases left, when all those employees left and all the cases they might generate left, the employment law firms of New York City and New York State, they didn't really realize it, I think, but is it 20% of the cases are gone? And generally that 20% is the highest earning because those are the people who are leaving New York, right? The people who can afford to go elsewhere and can easily work, remotely, usually like thought jobs, that kind of thing, creatives. They're the people who leave. And they're the people whose cases are worth the most because they earn the most. So it snuck up on a lot of these firms. And I don't know if that's what happened to this firm, but I see a lot of the firms in New York right now. They're hurting. They're hurting a little bit. And it's not for lack of talent. These attorneys have been churning out wins for a long time. It's for lack of cases. New York's a weird place now. If you look at like other office buildings when you're in New York, you can just see floor after floor after floor of empty space. It's kind of surreal. So here's why I'm excited about this. They reached out and they said, hey, Vince, you're a very fortunate fellow. You built a national firm when everybody told you that was a bad idea. And then the world changed. And it turns out that was a great idea because all the valuable cases went all the other places. And I can't take credit for that. I built a national firm specifically because I saw personal injury firms who will go unnamed taking employment law cases the country over. And I looked at that and said, that doesn't make any sense. They don't know what they're doing. Why should they do it? And the more I looked at it, the more I realized that personal injury firms have massive bankrolls, and that if we let them get out ahead of us, all the personal injury firms would have all the national employment law cases because they have these deep pockets. The average employment law firm is probably worth like 5 to 15 million, right? The entire firm, the plaintiff side, not defense side. Defense side is worth more. The average big multi-state PI firm, 30 mil? 50 mil? I don't know. I don't have a lot of insight into personal injury. I've never touched this stuff. But it's a lot more for damn sure than the average valuation of an employment law firm on the plaintiff side. So I went national because I was like, why should these... And listen, I saw firms like Gloria Allred. She's out there with her various local counsel. Avenatti, I think, was kind of maybe national for a little while. There's firms who do it. And I looked at that, and I looked at the way they were doing things, and I said, This is good. I think I could do better. I think maybe I could do better. And turns out, against all odds, stupid as the day is long as I am, I did do fairly well. And the idea came off, and it just kind of worked, which is really shocking because it cost way more than I thought it was going to. But it worked, and I built that. We built that structure to bring the workplace sexual harassment, the workplace discrimination cases in all 50 states. And then the world stopped for the pandy, which I will not use the actual word for because YouTube is strange. They have strange ideas and strange politics. And I don't care what you think about anything. You just can't say the word. You can't say it if you want your video to do well. So the world stopped, and then a lot of high-earning people left New York, and a lot of employment firms in New York started to have tough times. And that's gone fairly well for us for obvious reasons in terms of finally being able to staff the way we want to staff, right? Like it's been a bit of an advantage because one of the great feelings of my life is not being able to staff and scale this firm the way I want to. I can't find the people who will fit into the system that we've developed and help the people the way we want people helped. They're out there, but it's hard to find them. It's hard to, when you find them, convince them that they should come and not work for themselves. So it's kind of a weird place to be. Functionally, I have an unlimited pipeline of cases. It feels infinite. I'm sure it's not. But it feels like if I could just go out and hire 100 additional attorneys who do the job the way I want, I could fill them up with cases in 4 hours. That's how it feels sometimes. It feels like that a lot because we're turning away cases often because it's a good case, but we can only take X amount per year, maybe like 450 per year right now. And this isn't one of the best 450 cases out of our near infinite pipeline. And I'm being facetious. I'm being silly to some extent, calling it infinite, right? But acquiring this firm, bringing this talented crew in, mixing them into our teams, well, it allowed me to bring about 70 additional cases per year. And some of these folks, listen, I've worked with some of these folks. One in particular. And he and I, back in Jackson Heights in Queens, most diverse neighborhood in the country, I believe, used to have a little tiny office where people would come in and they would say, hey, here's what happened to me in some language with a translator. And we would say, hey, we think we can help. Let us cover everything. We'll only get paid if we win. And listen, sometimes we said, hey, we don't think we can help. Sorry. But, hopefully you feel able to help. And I miss that, right? It's awesome having wealthy clients. Wealthy clients have big, valuable cases in this field. That's just what you earn is part of the valuation of your case. So if you earn oodles and oodles of money, it is entirely possible that your case will then be worth oodles and oodles of money. In fact, it is more likely it will be. And that's great. I like money. I like it a lot. What I do, this firm, is the source of everything good in my life. Everything good that I'm able to do or have or feel or give to the people I care about comes from this firm, comes from this job where we help people, and in helping people we get money, right? So I'm not going to complain about that business model. But our business model does reflect that our clients are, we'll call them high earners often. And listen, we try to take cases for people who aren't high earners. We certainly do, and we do fairly good at that. But this firm we're acquiring, they've been working on a pure contingency model for a very long time. And I miss that model, right? That just let us get everything for you. If we win, we'll take our money. That's it. That's the whole thing, right? And what I'm thinking about doing, and what I'm talking to the other partners with, and the firm we're acquiring, is like, hey, usually pure contingency attorneys hate their life. Usually, the quality of life for a plaintiff side pure contingency attorney in the field of employment law is incredibly low. But the folks in this firm, they don't think their quality of life is low, and they're happy. It's going well. And that means that we can run a test. That means we can go out there and take their first year of cases as pure contingency cases, which is deeply exciting to me because I miss being able to do that. And I miss it a lot. I miss just being like, hey, let me take care of it. Just let me help. If I don't put up a result, it's on me. I get nothing. Listen, the reality of the situation is clients treat pure contingency attorneys horrifically. But if you can accept that and live with that, boy, are you gonna feel like you're helping folks, right? So, long story short, talks are going well to acquire another firm. And if we do that, we're going to have some further talks within the partnership of this firm about taking between 35 and 70 cases on a pure contingency basis in 2024. It's all preliminary. And frankly, I'm not even working on the deal right now. As you watch this video, I'm somewhere in Portugal acting like an asshole. But we're working on it, and I'm excited. And if it comes through, I'm going to let you know on the channel. And if it doesn't, I'll let you know too. Like, listen, acquisitions often don't work out. There's a lot of issues with blending law firms and acquiring law firms. Not an easy thing to do. Personalities are big. Big. And everybody likes to fight, right? So we're going to see. We'll see. But so excited. Anyways, everybody, I hope this video was helpful. Probably wasn't. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Share the channel so it can grow. Take care.